Hi folks, I'm Jason and this is my daily vlog called Living with CMT. I hope you enjoy. Evening folks, it's Saturday evening and it's 6:15. It's been a fairly quiet day today, although I have done a bit of writing. I've written two new poems. The particular one I'm on about is I wrote one today that I posted on the CMT groups. And basically, it's had a few good comments so far, and it's basically about people misunderstanding and things not always being what they seem. And I decided to write it because I remember a while ago, my sister told me that she was downtown and she wasn't having a good day with the CMT, but she used to be quite stubborn and she used to refuse to use a stick or anything. In fact, she still does refuse. But this one particular time, she was having a bad day with her legs and she fell. She literally fell in the street. And nobody would help her. Nobody would help her at all because they just assumed that it was this woman at Blackpool Town Centre falling over, must be drunk, you know, must be drunk. And I got to thinking, I wonder how many people have to put up with that. And that's why I wrote the poem. It's basically about somebody who, even though they're on the floor, they don't want to be, they're trying to be stubborn basically, which is what I used to be before I took the help that was offered to me. I used to be really stubborn as well. The amount of times I would stumble and fall in shops is unbelievable, honestly. I would spend most of my time falling around in shops. And yet, the funny thing is, this day and age, people would just go, compensation. You could have got compensation, you fell over. No, it was just me. I just couldn't keep my balance. And like I said, it just made me think about how many people have to go through this. And one of the things I always remember was when I used to fall, I always used to just say, "Oh, I've had too much drink." You know, I used to say if I fell in the house and when there was people here, I'd say, "Oh, sorry, I'm just not putting enough coke in with my whiskey." I'd joke about it because I would find it easier to pretend that it was alcohol than pretend my body wasn't responding how I wanted it to. My legs were giving way on me. I couldn't grip anything, so I couldn't even hold onto a wall for balance. So I can see, I see this on a daily basis, really, where people, through no fault of their own, are falling, are losing the balance, can't grip things, they're dropping things, cups of tea and stuff like that. People end up breaking plates and all sorts. And all I just thought to myself was, when people see that, they must automatically assume, you're drunk, or you're just downright awkward. They won't think that there's something wrong with you that you can't control. And that's why I wrote it, really. The other one I wrote, I can't actually read it out to you or show you. It's just called Love. That's all. Just one word, love. And that's basically about, about love, really. It's about how you feel inside, how it makes you feel. Excuse me, I'm getting a bit of a cold, I think. I'm not sure. Getting a bit nosy, a bit nasal. The other thing, I'm going to stop it now because I'm going to do a movie review for a film I watched last night that I found on Netflix and I'd never heard of before, called Madso's War. Now, when I was in the other room last night, we were waiting for a delivery for Tesco, and I thought I'll just find a film on Netflix to watch. And I found one, a thriller called Madso's War. And what it basically is, it's set in America, and a drug boss, well, not a drug boss actually, a mob boss, decides to do a runner because the police are closing in on him. Now, when he goes, the people who were left behind, that were his friends or his associates, now decide they're going to take over. Now, there's two rival gangs. Unfortunately, there's also in the middle of it this guy called Madso, who's got his own little gang. They're only little, bog standard hoodlums, a thug and a thief and things like this. And they basically just cope by doing little, thieving jobs and stuff like that, robbing warehouses and the usual sort of guff. But when two of them inadvertently start a mob war, it all comes down around their heads completely, and people start getting killed left, right, and centre. And there's double crossing going on. There's lying, there's cheating, there's kidnapping, and everything. And it's not a bad film. I'd give it probably 4, maybe 5, because the one thing that lets it down is the atrocious special effects. They are really, really atrocious. There's a part where a building's on fire, and I'm not kidding you. I could have done better with some cardboard and with a couple of boxes of matches myself to make it look more realistic. And the blood scenes, they're just too over the top. The blood, it literally looks like it's glowing red. Well, as anybody would know, when you cut yourself or whatever, the blood doesn't come out glowing, does it? It doesn't come out like a bright, luminous red. But that's the kind of colours that they've used. And it lets it down really because it's a pretty good film. I know it's only quite low budget, and it's only got 3.8, I think, on IMDb. But it's not bad. If you just want a nice, cheap and cheerful thriller with a lot of action in it and a good storyline, then give it a bash. It's called Madso's War, and I'll give it 4. I'll give it 4 out of 10. And that's not a bad rating for a film I'd never heard of until last night. Hopefully soon I'll do another rating and all. So that'll be another film to rate. Now, like I said, it's Saturday night, and the most exciting thing that's happened to me today is I've had a letter from my doctors to tell me that my tests are due, which I suffer with hypothyroidism, so they have to keep an eye on my thyroid, and it's usually not too bad. For a while, it was all over the place. They were constantly having to up my medication all the time. Now, obviously, I know people out there have got CMT, and if you've only got CMT, see, I don't know what that's like, because if I only had CMT, I don't know how I'd cope with it, because I know the symptoms of it, and I know what a lot of people suffer with, obviously the clawed toes, the lack of sensation, blah, blah, blah. But because I've also got hypothyroidism, I've also got gastroesophageal reflux disease, and I've also got chronic back pain. So you put all them 4 together, and it's not nice. It isn't nice. And last night, I started getting something which I have never had before. Now, my hands usually go numb, and they go blue. And, yeah, I get no feeling in them. But for some reason, last night, well, mid-afternoon yesterday, I started getting horrendous pains in my hand, and I don't know why. And I still can't figure out why. Unless, I don't know. I can't figure it out, to be honest with you. I got them all the way down the outside of my hand. I got them all across my thumb and through them 2 fingers there. And it literally feels like it's inside my hand. It feels like it's as if something's like stabbing me from inside. And the pain is ridiculous. It literally, once I've got it and I try to pick something up, I have to put it down. I cannot hold whatever it is I'm holding. So if you've got any ideas or any link to CMT or whatever, I don't know what it is, because I've never had it, you see. I've never had a problem with that side of my hands. I've had a problem with gripping and sensation and burning, hot and cold and all that, but I've never had a problem with massive pain in my hands. So I'm a bit baffled by that one. Whether it's a new symptom or whether my painkillers aren't doing what they should do, I don't know. So, yeah, any advice would be good on that one, because it's got me completely baffled. And also, all down the side of my hand went like red, as if it was inflamed or swollen or something, but then it went. But the pain's still there. I can still feel the pain every I don't know, just whenever it feels like it just flares up, and it bloody hurts and all. It really does hurt, and I can't work out what I've done or how I've done it. So that's a strange one for me, that. Like I say, any advice would be appreciated. The rest of Saturday night, I'm not doing a lot at all, to be honest with you. It's supposed to be in Lancashire tonight, the coldest night of the year so far. It's supposed to be reaching, is it minus 12 or minus 14 or something? I can't remember. Anyway, when I was searching through my pictures yesterday, I actually found a picture from the 28th of February last year. And at 11:30 at night, it was minus 5 with a real feel of minus 18. And I've got the photo to prove it. It's what the app was actually telling me, the temperature. And I thought to myself, wow, we haven't had nothing like that this year. We've only had, what, minus 8 and minus 10, I think. But yeah, and at the end of February last year, it was minus 18 at 11:30 at night. So I'm hoping we don't get that again, because like I said, and I've seen the pictures on the internet, a lot of people on CMT, they don't do the cold. The cold and CMT do not mix. They really do not mix one little bit. Yeah, for the rest of the night, I'm probably just watching football, chilling out, a couple more Two Ronnie sketches, maybe a bit of music, because that seems to be my evening. What I tend to do, I either watch some films with Deb and some TV, or we watch football, or I watch football. Sorry, Deb hates football. I forgot about that. Then what I will do is I will go upstairs and take my laptop up with me. Well, manhandle it upstairs so that I can watch me Two Ronnies. And then I'll watch that, and then with about 11:45, I'll either stop and read for a bit, which I haven't done for a couple of days, or I will listen to music. The problem I've got at the moment is the book I'm reading is boring, to be honest with you. It's a biography, but it's not as good as I wanted it to be. It's the Ken Dodd biography, And it's still boring me to tears because he's just going on and on and on and on, the guy is, about the history of theatre and comparing different this to this. And oh my God, it's just getting boring. No offense to Stephen King, but it's like reading Stephen King's description of a house, you know, when it takes 27 pages to describe a house. It's a bit like that. And I'm not usually like that with books. I'm usually, you know, all right with them. No plans for tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday, obviously. Nothing really happening. Not that I know to anyway. I know Deb's got some work to do. Another highlighter today, sorry, I meant to say, was Deb did me this beautiful meal. Absolutely beautiful meal. And it was chicken in a sweet whiskey sauce on a bed of egg noodles with toasted pine nuts and then a bit of garnish of lettuce. And I've got a picture of it coming up. You'll see it in a minute. It was absolutely gorgeous. And with me having gastroesophageal reflux disease, I have to watch what I eat. I can't just buy stuff left, right, and centre. I've also got an allergy to ginger. If I eat pure root ginger, it can kill me. So I've got to be really, really careful. So when Deb makes homemade food, I love it because I then get to see everything that goes in it. You know, there's nothing, there's no hidden little gems there. You know, there's no jalapeno peppers or habaneros thrown in there or nothing like that. What you see is what you get. And like I say, have a look at the pictures in a minute. This is what I had for my food. It was lovely. Anyway, on that note, on that lovely Saturday night, I shall leave you alone. You all take care, and I'll do another video tomorrow. Thank you for watching my daily vlog. I hope it was informative and interesting. If you like what I'm doing, then you can subscribe to my channel by clicking there. And if you want to see exactly what I was talking about yesterday, you can look up there. Bye for now.